Gee, it must be Monday. How are ya? It is Monday, according to my calendar anyway. I just put batteries in it, so it's working again. 29th day of April, 2019. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. Thanks for starting your day with us here. On the NCW Live channel, the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival now enters into day number 4? Yeah, that sounds about right. I had a very interesting weekend around here. We pulled off, despite the weather conditions, we pulled off the Kiwanis Park Youth Parade broadcast. It was not easy when the parade started at 11 o'clock. The wind was out of the west-northwest at 35 miles an hour, and it gusted at 45 miles an hour just a couple of minutes before the parade began. It played havoc with a number of chairs that went flying across the street, and basically it was, we pulled it off, but it was close. Nobody got hurt. Weather forecast for this weekend's Stimmill Growers Grand Parade is looking a lot better. In fact, this whole week looks just absolutely perfect for the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. The only thing we're keeping an eye on is the chilly temperatures. It's only 39 outside of our studios. There are going to be some locations in eastern Washington where the overnight low tonight and tomorrow night will be in the 20s, like in the Tri-Cities. They're going to get down to like 28 or 29 for the overnight low. And out in the Spokane area, not too bad here. We'll be above freezing, but a lot of places with this cold air that came in with the windstorm on Saturday morning, it ushered in a bunch of cold air from the Gulf of Alaska and it's decided to hang around for a couple of days. It was cool on Saturday in addition to the wind, and it was cool on Sunday, but we're going to start warming up just a little bit. Second half of the program, my guest is Bob Bauer. Bob Bauer is back from the Chelan County PUD, the Rocky Reach Visitor Center, which is not what it's called anymore. It's now called the Rocky Reach Discovery Center. They got a whole bunch of cool stuff coming up this spring and summer. Bob Bauer makes a yearly appearance just about this time. To fill you in on those details, I'll be chit-chatting with Bob. In the second half of the program, it's an interview that we taped on Friday. Outside of that, we got everything else. We got news, we got sports. Mariners have hit a little bit of a roadblock. They lost by football scores over the weekend, but we'll talk about sports. We'll also have highlights from Friday night's lacrosse victory for the Wenatchee Valley Thunder, and also let you know who won the big Leonard Evans 150 Saturday night at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. We have the obscure holiday today in history, birthdays, and everyone is entitled to Mike Mignotti's opinion. And Megan is in control, so if it's okay with you, really doesn't matter if it's okay with you. We're doing it anyway. Let's start out our program by going around north central Washington with our Valley View cameras, and then, of course, is the cross camera. The river is up, and the river is blue, and the river is full of water. Still lots of green everywhere. That's fantastic. The Foothill Trail System, by the way, in western Wenatchee was just hopping with people yesterday. It was a regular traffic jam going on up there as people enjoyed the lovely weather and the wildflowers while they're still there. And we're still full of lots of good green grass and wildflowers. That, of course, will change, but this is just a beautiful time of the year for north central Washington. And as I said at the top of the hour, Mother Nature is going to give us a gorgeous week for Apple Blossom Festival related activities, especially on Saturday for the Stimmill Growers Grand Parade. Camera 2, it's off to pay a visit to Rock Island. Is that Rock Island? Yeah, that is Rock Island. That's just zoomed out a little bit. There's the Rock Island Golf Course, the hamlet of Rock Island, the Rock Island Ponds, the mighty Columbia, and of course, they're moving forward with plans to renovate and remodel that old silicon plant that's been mothballed and shut down for about 15 years. They want to turn that into a destination place right along the river. So Rock Island continues to grow and to thrive and be ahead of the curve. We like that. Camera number 3, it's and I don't know, we just find out together. That, of course, is the Rondo Rock camera pointing right down the Columbia River towards the Wenatchee Valley. You can see Turtle Rock to your left. You can make out Mission Ridge a little bit. Mission Ridge, by the way, closed out their 2018-2019 season of snowboarding and skiing. Yesterday was the last day to do that. They're still going to have stuff going on. They're going to have like a Mother's Day brunch up there and a Father's Day brunch. You can still go up there. You just can't ski anymore as the snow is rapidly receding. Beautiful shot from the Rondo Rock camera. And camera 4 is up to Billy Goat we go. Most people's favorite view is the Billy Goat camera. And why not? Look at that. Of course, we have well over 14 hours of daylight now. We gain about 2 minutes of daylight per day. We like that. So the sun is much higher in the sky than it was even 10 days ago. Up in the Billy Goat area, you can see Pateris, you can see Brewster. I need to go up and play Gamble Sands soon. I haven't done that yet this year. Of course, all the golf courses were well behind schedule with the late winter that we had. The cold winter took a long time for the snow to melt and the irrigation systems to get up and running, but now the golf courses are looking good. I just don't play very good. That's my problem. So those are our views from Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless network. It's great. You don't need fiber to your house to get fast internet. All you need to do is be able to see something like Billy Goat from where you live, and we can lock you right in. Give Localtel a call. They'll work out the details. 6 minutes after the hour, let's take a look at the weather forecast from the National Weather Service. No complaints at all here. Look at that. Again, the only thing we're keeping an eye on is those overnight lows. They're chilly. It's 39 right now, but a nice mild week that's going to gradually warm up to above normal. Again, Saturday we only hit 55. Yesterday it was 58. We're supposed to be at 66. So we were chilly, well below normal for our afternoon highs, both Saturday and Sunday. And we're still going to be below normal today. A lot of sunshine, not a lot of wind, high of 63. A couple of clouds tonight, kind of passing through, 41 for the overnight low. Sunshine Tuesday, 65. Sunshine Wednesday, 67, although it's going to be a little breezy at times on Wednesday, especially Wednesday afternoon. Don't have to worry about that. Thursday, lots of sunshine, 65. Friday, 71. 73 for the Stimilk Rovers Grand Parade for the afternoon high on Saturday, the big day. Sunday, we'll wrap everything up with a good-looking weekend, a high of 74. Overnight lows a little on the chilly side, but no real complaints at all. A couple of passing clouds, little wind kicking up now and again. Outside of that, that is just a gorgeous, gorgeous weather forecast. Very spring-like for all of north central Washington. Of course, we're getting ready to bid April goodbye. Wednesday, hey, is the 1st of May. We're almost done with April. It just flew right by, didn't it? 7 minutes after the hour, going to take a break. When we come back, your Monday morning news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live this morning from Studio 15 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Live channel.
We get to a point where people are really like, okay, I have these weird things going on, and they just lay it all out with us. And you can tell they're like kind of embarrassed, and we're like, we've heard it all. We love this, and we know exactly what you're talking about. And you can tell they're like, you know, they came in thinking, how am I going to talk about this?
To me, there's nothing else in the world quite as special as when a baby is born. And why would I want to do anything else?
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, agent here at Senior Insurance Services of North Central Washington, where we like to teach our customers how to shop and compare from all the Medicare options. Now, a lot of folks will come in and tell me, Jim, I'm so confused about all these choices. In fact, there's 21 reasons you can join a Medicare plan. But we want to focus on the specific plan that's right for you. So if that's what you need, give us a call at Senior Insurance, 888-2600, or visit one of our 5 locations.
Welcome back. 9 minutes after the hour. It is clear. It is 40 degrees outside of our studios. That is a little chilly. Sunshine today, highs in the lower 60s, gradually warming up to the mid-60s by the middle of the week, lower 70s. But lots of sunshine on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Enjoy. Here's what's making headlines. A $2.7 million contract to fund improvements to Wenatchee's
I'm still struggling.
Kiwanis Park has been awarded to an East Wenatchee company. The City Council on Thursday night approved a contract with KRCI. Councilmember Keith Huffaker cast the lone dissenting vote. He argued against the city's $1 million share of the costs.
So I'm still struggling with this park design, with the amount of money that's going to be spent for a park this size. I think it's wonderful. If we had the money, it would be wonderful to do. But I think not enough was done to make sure that we were staying under budget or within budget. And I don't think enough has been done to see if there isn't some other ways we can get it built without having to ask us, the city council, to use the public's money. This isn't our money, it's the public's money. And we're supposed to be good stewards of that money. This is a lot of money that they're asking to put towards this park. And especially when we're naming it Kiwanis Park, or as part of the name, I don't know that they've done enough to really deserve the...
On the other hand, Council Member Jim Bailey maintained that the money is being well spent.
Keith, I agree. I mean, it seems like for the size of the park and the things that'll be there, this seems like a really big price tag compared to other parks and things we've done. But a lot of the dollars and cents here, though, that bothers me. But I think what the benefit to the community and to the city as a whole, I find, I guess that to me is money.
Well, the new 2-year state capital budget that was passed by the legislature last night includes a $4 million appropriation for the Wenatchee Landing Sewer Extension Project. The Wenatchee Landing Sewer Extension Project will involve a fully installed road, water lines, and sewer extensions that could lead to a lot of regional benefits for responsible housing, commercial development, and recreational space. Phase 1 of the project, that's the $4 million cost, includes an extension of sewer infrastructure past 35th Street Northwest outside of East Wenatchee. According to Brad Hawkins, and I'm quoting now, "I want to extend my thanks to all of those involved in this effort to secure funding, including Representatives Steele and Gaynor and all the staff and elected commissioners of Douglas County, the Port of Douglas County, the Douglas County Sewer District, and officials with the local PUD, School District, Fire District, Park District, Water District, and Chamber. It was truly a team effort," according to Brad Hawkins, end quote. Among the other projects funded by the capital budget includes over $33.5 million for improvements to Wenatchee Valley College. That includes replacing the aging Wells Hall. That alone has a ticket of about $30 million. Also, $977,000 have been appropriated for the Cashmere Canyon Preserve Project, $500,000 for improvements to Lincoln Park, and an additional $263,000 for construction of a combination soccer and lacrosse field at Lincoln Park. We'll have more on the capital budget that was approved last night and signed by the governor with the news tonight with Grant Olson. You can check it out at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, and you can check it out in person. Yep. For the whole week, this whole week of Apple Blossom, our news will be live on location. Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, we'll be broadcasting live from Memorial Park, where all the action is. The hub of activity for the Apple Blossom Festival is Memorial Park. Grant Nelson will be there alongside Eric Granstrom and our award-winning production team, so you can see how the magic happens. Great, now we got to do magic tonight. I think I just put my foot in my mouth. Watch the news. You can watch it on TV or watch it in person. You can see it at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, 5, 6, and 10. You can also watch it available on demand by going to our website at ncwlife.com, and you can check it out whenever you want to. We even have our news archived if you want to go back and look at a story that we did last week or last month. You can do it by going to ncwlife.com. And our website is also a tool you can use to get a hold of us. We have a Connect with Us icon on the website. Just click on it, and you can fill out a form and let us know what's going on. You can also simply email us, news@ncwlife.com. If you so desire, you can go to our Facebook page and be sure to like us and private message us if you want. You can pick up the telephone and give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Again, check it out. The news will be live from Memorial Park Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week, and then Friday we'll be live from the campus of Local Telecommunications on Grant Road in East Wenatchee as we prepare for the broadcast of the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade. 14 minutes after the hour, when we come back, a whole bunch of sports. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley Monday morning edition on the NCW Live channel.
Hello, Wenatchee Valley, from the staff at Collins Fashions. Christy, Heidi, Georgia, Julene, Judy, and I, we are your Brighton headquarters for the Valley, and we are here to assist you with your personal and gift-giving needs of jewelry, handbags, sunglasses, etc. We carry your favorite brands such as Tommy Bahama, Karen Kane, Tribal, Jag, Nick and Zoe, Joseph Ribkop, foundations from Spanx and Shapies, cute, comfortable shoes and sandals. Our staff will style you head to toe at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers one-bedroom apartments for one affordable price. Their rates are all-inclusive. No nickel or diming or sudden increases, just one set price. You or your loved one will receive good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Stop on by for a tour to see if the Epladolin family is the right choice for you.
Family-owned and operated Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Cashmere. Affordable care.
And we're back, quarter after the hour on this Monday. I'm Dan Kuntz. Let's do sports. Well, they beat Texas 14-2 back on Thursday, and then, well, the Mariners found out about paybacks this weekend. The Rangers shellacked the Mariners over the weekend. 15-1 Saturday, 14-1 yesterday. In fact, yesterday's rout came at the expense of Eric Swanson's ERA. He had lasted just 4 innings. He allowed 9 runs on 11 hits, including 2 home runs by Logan Forsythe. Daniel Vogelbach was the only high point for the Mariners. He went 2 for 3 at the plate with a double. The M's are going to try and bounce back. They have interleague play tomorrow. The Chicago Cubs are in town for a couple of games. 7:10 first pitch. Cole Hamels will go up against Felix Hernandez. Don't be surprised if there are just as many Cubs fans as Mariner fans as T-Mobile Park tomorrow evening. Grayson Raz took the checkered flag Saturday night in the 5th annual Leonard Evans 150 at the Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. Other winners Saturday night including R.G. Grainer in the Plum Perfect Roadrunners, Seth Fraser in the Street Stocks, Evan Getz in the Bandoleros, the Pro Late Models, the Thunder Cars, the Roadrunners, and the Vintage Modifieds will be back at the WVSO. Next race scheduled for Saturday, May 18th. Checking the Les Schwab Prep Baseball scoreboard from the weekend. Take a gander. On Friday, Wenatchee swept both ends of a doubleheader at Sunnyside, 16-1 and 21-4. Wow. Eastmont split with West Valley. They won the opener 11-2, but they lost in the nightcap 12-11. Chelan swept Cashmere Saturday 14-0 and 16-5. Okanagan no trouble with Cascade. They won 19-8 and 12-6. Patera swept Waterville Mansfield 21-8 and 1-0. And Brewster took a pair from Manson 17-1 and 23-3. That was baseball. Let's go to the softball diamonds again. The Les Schwab scoreboard from Friday. Wenatchee took both ends of a doubleheader from Sunnyside 16-4 and 14-1. Cascade swept Omak 20-3 and 17-0. On Saturday, Cashmere won twice against Chelan, 16-12 and 9-8. Waterville Mansfield managed a split with Pateras, falling in the opener 14-13, won the second game 14-4. Brewster beat Manson 17-6 and 17-0. Eastmont celebrated senior night at Wildcat Stadium Friday, a nice 3-2 win over Eisenhower. In Big Nine soccer, the victory ensured Eastmont the number 4 seed. Heading into the postseason, that'll mean a district play-in game Friday against Davis at Wildcat Stadium. Wenatchee beat Moses Lake Friday 3-1. The Panthers have one more game left. They got Davis tomorrow night. It's the regular season finale. Leave off the field at the Apple Bowl. We will have it here live on the NCAA Live channel at 7 o'clock. Wenatchee still has a chance, by the way, to finish second in the Big Nine. They're probably going to finish third, and that means they would host Moses Lake in a district play-in game Friday at 6 o'clock. The Wenatchee Valley Thunder had no trouble defending their home turf Friday night. They beat Chelan and boys lacrosse 17-0. The visiting Riverhawks, no answers for the Thunder attack. Wenatchee led 12-0 at the half. Eric Granstrom and Rod Higley had the call on the NCAA Live channel. Tristan Plock, he had a good night Friday night.
Man on the face-off, and so we get the and a nice shot at a goal. How did he find the room from the left side there? But finding the back of the net is Tristan Plock, and Wenatchee's up 4-0 just like that. Works his way back to Plock. Plock will bring it back out himself right in front with the shot and the goal.
That's Tristan's move from the right side there, and with nobody sliding over to him like that, he just wide open against the goalie. So pretty easy goal for Tristan.
Plock, here he comes. Tristan again in front, turns, shoots, and scores.
And that time he did have somebody on him, but it didn't matter. Nice job, Tristan.
Back behind the net to Ben Higley. Higley wants to turn, spin. No, he'll give it up. And now the shot taken and the goal from the left side.
Plock again.
Tristan Plock with his 4th goal of the night. And Tristan comes up with it after a couple of hops.
He wants to
He'll drive in, shoot, and score. Goes weak side on the ground with the shot. And Tristan Plock, how about it? 5 goals here tonight. I'm sure that was the word, is let's have some crisper passing. As Tristan Plock will turn, he'll shoot, and he'll score.
He's been frustrated. He hadn't had a goal in the third quarter, so he finally gets his 6th goal of the game, right?
But it's 7-0 at the end of 1. Here's Tristan Plock, and he will score this time over the top of the head of the goalie, Jonathan Breslow. And Tristan Plock comes up with his 7th goal of the night.
I got to say, that was definitely a first time, but it was nice. Our defense did phenomenal. Our offense was just, everything flew tonight, and it was awesome to see.
Now, I did notice there in the third quarter you were shut out. You took a shot right before the end of the third. You looked a little frustrated out there.
I did. We wanted to set up our offense a little bit more, and it was best for the team that we just kind of ran our offense, and because we have a big game coming up, Richland, of course. So us working on our offense and kind of going more through the motion so we can practice things that we would be able to do better in Richland, because last time we weren't able to do so well against them.
Good night for everybody. Ben Higley, he had 4 goals. Sam Williams chipped in 3 goals. Wenatchee travels to Sela tomorrow. Then they host Richland in a battle for first place. It'll be at Lee Boftel Field at the Apple Bowl on Thursday night. One more item of business to get to, our schedule this week. And as I mentioned at the top of the hour, our evening news with Grant Olson will be live from Memorial Park today through Thursday as the 100th Apple Blossom Festival enters its second week. As we mentioned, we got boys soccer on the menu tomorrow at Lee Boftel Field at the Apple Bowl. Wenatchee hosts Davis at 7. On Friday, we're going to broadcast the news live at 5 out in front of the Localtel campus on Grant Road in East Wenatchee as a lead up to our live coverage of the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade at 6. Grant Olson and Brent Crowder, a couple of car nuts, will be your hosts for that. And then on Saturday, we're back at Triangle Park for the Stimulk Growers Grand Parade at 11 o'clock. We'll take to the air at 10:30. Eric Granstrom and Jesse Clay will be hosting our coverage. Looking forward to that. Busy week for the whole crew here at the NCW Life Channel. And those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Monday at 22 minutes after the hour. The obscure holiday of the day today. Today is a celebration of the humble zipper. Yep, April 29th. We celebrate the zipper because it's Zipper Day. It was on this date, April 29th, 1913, when Gideon Sunback received the patent for their modern-day zipper. They had zippers before. Other people were been inventing the zipper or trying to since the mid-1850s, but it just didn't work. It didn't catch on, pardon the pun. But Gideon Sunback was the one who pretty much fixed those problems, and he got the patent, made him a wealthy guy. And we don't even really think about zippers a great deal, but they do make our lives considerably easier. They could be holding up some of your clothing right now. Happy Zipper Day. By the way, fun fact, about 45% of all the zippers manufactured in the world are manufactured by one company. The YKK Group of Tokyo, Japan makes about 45% of the world's supplies of zippers. Celebrate the zipper today on this historic day. Speaking of history, 4 items caught my eye. It was April 29th, 1967, 52 years ago today. There he is, being hauled away in handcuffs after refusing induction into the United States Army. The previous day, Muhammad Ali is stripped of his boxing title. Yeah, and he didn't box again for about 3.5 years. George Carlin, the comedian, had the right take on this. Muhammad Ali, of course, he said, "I'm a conscientious objector. I won't fight in Vietnam. I won't kill people." So the government said, "Well, we won't let you earn a living then. We'll take your job away." Of course, his job was unique. Muhammad Ali was paid to beat people up. Muhammad Ali said, "That's where I draw the line. I'll beat people up, but I ain't going to kill them." And the government says, "If you won't kill them, then we won't let you beat them up." And so for the next 3.5 years, he was in limbo. Of course, public sentiment turned against Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali was a pariah in many people's minds when he refused induction. But by the time this whole court case ended with a victory at the United States Supreme Court, public opinion had turned almost a completely 180 degrees, and he was allowed to go back and box again. But he was stripped of his title 52 years ago today. Speaking of the Vietnam War, today is the 49th anniversary of the invasion of Cambodia. Yeah, United States and South Vietnamese forces invaded Cambodia. They were hunting, of course, the Viet Cong, and they were figuring out that the Viet Cong was actually setting up camp in Cambodia. So what did the North Vietnamese do? They simply hid. They knew this was coming. There was no surprise. The North Vietnamese knew well in advance that there was going to be this attack into Cambodia, and so they ran off westward and regrouped, and so they invaded Cambodia to find the Viet Cong, and they didn't really find any Viet Cong. All it did was make the Cambodians pretty upset, and a few folks here as well. That happened on this date 49 years ago today. Violence again. Wow. This is the 27th anniversary of the LA riots. I'll remember this. Wow. Of course, 4 officers were acquitted in the beating of Rodney King, and that set off, well, the fuse was already lit. What happened was the bomb exploded. Over the next 3 days, 63 people killed, hundreds of buildings destroyed, 2,383 people injured, more than 12,000 people were arrested. The LA riots began on this date 27 years ago today, and it took about 3.5 days to quell it. And finally, 4 years ago today, again, because of rioting, or certainly civil unrest in the city of Baltimore. Baltimore was going through a really bad time. They still are in many respects, but 4 years ago they were going through such a bad time. There was a baseball game that night between the Baltimore Orioles and the Chicago White Sox. The problem was there was a curfew And the idea of getting any large group of people together in the city of Baltimore at this time was simply a bad idea. So the Orioles and the White Sox and Major League Baseball and the people of Baltimore, the leaders of Baltimore, got together and said, well, we still need to play the game. So they moved the game to a daytime game, and they didn't allow anybody into it. A paid attendance between this game between the Baltimore Orioles and the Chicago White Sox, April 29th, 2015, paid attendance, 0. They closed the park. Played the game, closed the park. No fans were there. Happened on this date 4 years ago today. And finally, we got some birthdays for you. On the Mount Rushmore of American musical geniuses, this guy's one of the 4. Edward Kennedy Duke Ellington, the Duke, was born in this state in 1899. Passed away in 1974 at the age of 75. The giant in jazz. His orchestra was still the best. He had the best players, the best musicians, the best songs. The legendary Duke Ellington, as good as it gets in the world of music. Duke Ellington, born in the state in 1899. I love Duke Ellington. Just love his music. Also like Willie Nelson's music. Willie Nelson is 86 years old today. I love Willie. Most people love Willie. There are 2 albums, Willie Nelson albums, that you absolutely have to have in any collection. Shotgun Willie and Red-Headed Stranger. The rest are really good. Shotgun Willie and Red-Headed Stranger are great albums regardless of genre. Willie Nelson is 86 years old today. Somebody should probably tell him. Dale Earnhardt Sr. was born in the state in 1951. Of course, he died in a crash at the Daytona 500 back in 2001 at the age of 49. Won 76 Winston Cup races. That's pretty good. 7 times won the NASCAR season championship. That's tied all time for first place with Jimmy Johnson and Richard Petty. The Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt, was born in the state in 1951. Jerry Seinfeld is 65 years old today. Happy birthday, Jerry. The only actor to appear in every episode of the show Seinfeld, which made him a very wealthy man. In fact, Jerry Seinfeld is considered by most experts to be the wealthiest comedian of all time, surpassing even the legendary Bob Hope. Jerry Seinfeld is now eligible for Social Security. He's 65 years old today. And who was the only male actor in history to have 3 wins in the Best Actor category? Daniel Day-Lewis, who is now retired. He no longer makes movies. He no longer acts. And he's only 60 years old today. Of course, he won the Academy Award for Best Actor for My Left Foot, There Will Be Blood, and Lincoln, considered the best actor of his generation. Daniel Day-Lewis is 60 years old today. We got Everyone is Entitled to Mike Mignotti's Opinion coming up here in just a couple of minutes, and my conversation with Bob Bauer from the Chelan County PUD Rocky Reach Discovery Center. Great conversation with Bob. That's coming up between now and 8 o'clock, but we can't forget about our friends at Weinstein Beverage. Let me move that. So there it is. We've been talking about this since the Apple Blossom Festival began. That is the special commemorative can of Pepsi with the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival logo painted right on it. It's really cool. They're everywhere. Pick up a couple of cases. They'll be collector's items. So when you're out and about and you're buying your Pepsi and you're stocking up with Pepsi for the Apple Blossom Festival, be sure to pick up that commemorative can. Pepsi Cola, by the way, Pepsi Cola Weinstein Beverage has been a key sponsor of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival since 1983. That's pretty darn good. That would make it 36 years of continuous sponsorship of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Thanks to our friends at Weinstein Beverage. All right, going to take a break. Everyone's Entitled to Mike Mignotti's Opinion is next. You're watching a Monday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
That's pretty much it. It's a great house, great neighborhood.
It's great. Sam's still getting used to the idea of moving.
Sam, you play basketball?
Yeah.
Let me show you something. Now I'm thinking, you put your hoop right here, and you even got enough room for a three-point line. One of the things I've noticed is that if you got a hoop in your driveway, you make friends real fast.
At Coldwell Banker Levine, our agents don't just understand real estate, they understand what home is all about.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Moving doesn't have to be back-breaking, stressful work. And I don't want you to make a move that way ever again.
Traditionally, you would rent a truck, you would load up your stuff, you would rent a storage unit, you would transport it, and finally, you would unload your stuff yourself. You don't have to lift a finger. We bring the mobile storage unit to you, we drop it off, then one of our trusted packers can load it for you. We come pick it up and store it securely for you. We bring it back to you. No hassle, no stress.
At Doghouse Motorsports, we ride what we sell. There's a lot we could say about the CD Spark and the CD GTI, but ultimately, the ride says it all.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
I'm working today.
I've got some work to do today.
Don't forget, I've got some work for you today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Thanks.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in our community.
New beginnings feel great, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Be a job creator. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, the Clinton weapons ban, which began for 10 years running between September 13, 1994, only applied to weapons manufactured after the date of the ban's enactment, and it expired on September 13, 2004. The acts also included a grandfather clause that allowed for the possession and transfer of weapons and ammunition that were lawfully purchased on the date of enactment. Now I mention this because many folks feel that school shootings will be reduced or deterred by a reenactment of this type of weapons ban. Did a ban like this actually have any effect on deterring school shootings that we've experienced? Well, now it depends on what you read. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Hey, this is Justin at Club Crow Bar and Grill reminding you it's your place for famous blues, brews, and barbecue. We are your one-stop bar and grill, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner 7 days a week. Jam sessions and live bands playing a wide range of music. If pool tables or pull tabs are more your thing, we have you covered. Enjoy the fun and food at Club Crow Bar and Grill in Cashmere. Stop on by today.
It's always been a dream of mine to own a home. She had credit, I didn't.
And I was like, you know what, let's just go talk and see what we could do to move forward.
We walked into Guild Mortgage. I didn't think home ownership was possible. Tracy had a plan for us. Small things that we could do to establish credit. Honestly, before you knew it, the next step was go home, build your dreams, live happily ever after.
Dear Mary Maids, please clean the kitchen, and the cabinets, and the floors, and the chairs. And I wish you could clean the dog. Colin is now feeding himself. Thanks, Megan.
Hi, Megan. No worries. We got it all cleaned up. Let's hope Colin gets past the spaghetti flinging stage soon. Till then, we've got you covered. See you next time, Mary Maids.
Did you know that dental disease is the #1 illness affecting a pet's health? Bacteria from the mouth gets carried into your pet's blood and can affect the heart, lungs, and kidneys. By age 3, nearly 75% of pets have some form of dental disease. Dr. Shauna Bass and the staff at Paws and Claws Veterinary Hospital care about your pets, and good dental care can help your pet live a long and happy life. Learn how to clean your pet's teeth or see what Paws and Claws can do to keep your pet smiling by calling 888-PAWS or see us on the corner of 4th and Island, East Wenatchee.
Valley, I am Dan Kuntz. My guest comes by every year at this time to talk about all the cool things going on at what used to be the Rocky Reach Dam Visitor Center. The first thing we're going to learn from Bob Bauer is they don't call that anymore. It's not the Visitor Center anymore, Bob. It is now officially retitled as
the Rocky Reach Discovery Center.
Because?
Because we are rebranding, because a visitor center is where you stop and get maps and use the restroom and maybe ask for directions. Rocky Reach is so much more than that. You can do all of those things, but in addition to that, we've got some really exciting things coming up.
You don't want to keep the kids bored. I know when I was a kid, we'd always go out, there was the trip to Rocky Reach Dam, and it was cool. You see the fish, and you hang around. But it was kind of dull. And you're making this more interactive, more hands-on for not just kids, but for everybody.
So the Museum of the Columbia is 50 plus years old. So it's been there a long time. And so we have finally come to a place where we have not only been able to put together a plan, but now we have the resources to relocate that museum into what used to be the Rocky Reach Visitor Center, which is now going to be the Rocky Reach Discovery Center. So this is going to be a somewhere in the neighborhood $5.5–6 million facility with interactive displays where the kids will not just be able to read a board and see information, but they're going to be able to touch, feel, play, whether it's energy transfer, fish anatomy. There's so much going to be involved in that. So a lot of the details are yet to be worked out, but it is moving forward.
It's funny. We talked about this last year. They didn't have, when they built Rock Island Dam, they didn't have the foresight to have something like this, a publicly owned entity where people can visit, because it's such an integral part of our quality of life here to have these incredible hydroelectric dams. But when they built Rocky Reach Dam in the early 1960s, they said, wait a minute, people are going to be driving by this. It's beautiful. We have a lovely campus. We should put something in our infrastructure that people can come and check it out. And they did that.
Absolutely.
Because dams are one of those things, you can't retrofit one of those, can you?
No, once it's in, it's in.
It's in, yeah.
You can't unscramble those eggs.
So I don't know whose idea it was back in the early 60s to make a museum, and now a Discovery Center, but they get extra kudos from us for doing it.
So we see the museum, quote, what will be the Discovery Center, kind of as the window to the soul of the PUD. So if you want to learn all things PUD, that's the place to come. All the marvel of taking water energy and turning it into electrical energy and turning light bulbs on, and at the same time providing fish passage for anadromous fish. And then all the other benefits of hydro that you can learn about there, whether it's our 15 parks and the 3 million visitors that they get every year, and just all of the different aspects of Chelan County PUD. It's just a great place to be.
Is there a busy time for the Rocky Reach Dam Discovery Center, in that, like, you want to go when there's a big runoff and they got a bunch of the spill gates open just for a visual effect, or?
No, I would say the best time to come, obviously, is probably June through September, because the whole goal, one of the goals of coming to Rocky Reach is to be able to see the fish. And kind of brings up just another thought that, so the fish windows that people are so accustomed to coming to and being able to see the salmon swim through, we're actually this winter going to be replacing those with bigger, larger, better windows. So now little ones don't have to be lifted up by dad to look in. They're going to be able to look in, man. And I'm going to be able to look in. So how cool is that? So
Bob is vertically challenged.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Say that. Well, that must be a heck of a prize. How do you replace those windows?
Well, you have to do it between fish migrations. You
Obviously.
have to dewater the fish ladder. And you have to start it on time, and you have to finish the project on time, because those eggs are getting ready to hatch, and when they come down, that thing has to be operational. So we already have the windows on site. They came from Japan. They're really unique windows. So they're on site, and we're ready to go. It's just a matter of waiting for the migration to end. So probably that's going to happen in January, is when the old will come out, the new will go in, and it's going to be pretty interesting and pretty fun.
We got a lot of things to talk about with Bob Bauer, again, from the Rocky Reach Dam, the Discovery Center. I'll get it.
You got it.
I'll get it. You're changing up your little Come Tour the Dams program that you've been doing for years with seniors.
Correct.
It's a new product. It's called Hydro Life Learners. And that's the first thing on our agenda. Talk about that.
Sure. So for the last few years, we've done what's called a Tri-Dam tour, and that was for senior adults who are inactive. In other words, they really want to keep learning, but they don't have the physical ability to maybe walk the mile it requires and climb all the stairs to get on the different levels of the hydro plant. So that was for inactive seniors. This is a program we have this year, and this is for active senior adults who just want to still learn. And so Wednesday through Friday, May 8th through 10th, we've got this really cool program called Hydro Life Learners. And so each morning of these 3 days, we will meet at the Link Park and Ride on Penny Road, Old Station, and we'll meet at 8:45, and we will board an air-conditioned, very, very nice bus. It's got a potty in the back, and it's got the sound system. So we'll board this very, very comfortable bus, and each day we'll do a different educational experience. And so on day one, we'll get on the bus. The bus will leave at 9 a.m., and we're going to take everyone to the Horan Nature Site. And we're going to have our scientists and our biologists out there to walk everybody through and show the wildlife out there and kind of what we're doing out there and why it's so important, so significant. So day one is 9 to 12, the Horan Nature Site. Day two, we're going to do the same thing. We arrive at 8:45. We board the bus at 9 in the morning, and we're going to take a trip up to Chelan Falls Powerhouse because we have this really, really cool in the neighborhood of $17 to $19 million fish restoration habitat that we put in. And it's just an incredible, man-made, but it looks so natural you'd never know that a human touched it. But it's designed to enhance survival of the salmon and to enable them to get up into that area. So it's really going to be a fun time, and that will be with our fish biologists. And I probably will even give folks a chance to get up in the control room at the powerhouse.
Oh, cool.
So that's just a real step back in time. So that's day two, again, 9 to 12. And then day three, we land at 8:45 at the Old Station Park and Ride, and get on the bus at 9, but on day three, it's a little bit different. We've got our parks experts, and we're going to take a tour of several of our Chelan County parks. And we're just going to show folks what parks is all about, why they're there, what led the PUD to put those parks in place. And we'll take them out to Rocky Reach, where we'll have lunch. They can bring a sack lunch, or they can eat at Mama D's Cafe there. But we're going to take them into our greenhouse. I think a lot of folks in the valley surely have seen the great big beautiful American flag flower bed out at Rocky Reach.
Yeah, you can't miss it.
Oh, it's gorgeous, and it's just huge. And what most people don't know is that flower bed has over 5,000 individually planted flowers that all start as seeds in our greenhouse every single year. And so it's a real area of passion and pride for our parks crew. So anyway, it's just a great day to learn about our parks, have a great day with PUD experts. And so that'll be day three. And so it's just 3 days of senior adult learning. It does require registration, so folks can call the Discovery Center front desk, 663-7522, in case anybody's listening. We'd love to have you. We've got room for about 35, and so you just have to register, and we'll do it too.
And unlike the previous years, you have to be somewhat physical active, especially for, say, the Horan. The Horan Nature Area is gorgeous. It's easy to walk, but you still need to walk it.
You have to walk.
You can't drive the bus down into it.
That's right. That's part of the deal. That's kind of the deal. Is this one's for those who can do that, and then we're always going to come back and do things for those who can't. So our goal is to reach everybody. We call it cradle to grave or womb to the tomb. We want to reach everybody. So we've got something for everyone.
It's funny you brought up the parks, folks. We did an episode of Green Thumbs and Dirty Knees last year. Bonnie Orr and I did. And we went and did the Walla Walla Point Park almost from tip to tip.
Right.
To look at everything. And we had your fine folks accompanied us. And boy, do these folks take pride in their work, because not only are these parks the crown jewel of North Central Washington, they are so very well maintained, and they just take so much pride. So when the people who come and visit for the first time, be it Walla Walla Point Park or any place, or they're on the Apple Capital Recreational Loop Trail and they work their way into Walla Walla Point Park and either farther down towards Old Station Horan, they just go, wow, this is just, it's gorgeous, and it's got everything.
It's wonderful, and what's really fabulous about it is it's paid for out of the low power rates that we pay in Chelan County. So not only is your power rate paying for your power bill, But this is another benefit of hydropower. Look at all the parks we get, 15 of them, which is really incredible.
And people keep good care of them too. I mean, there's trash cans everywhere, but you never see it. You never see littering at any of these parks because people know that they're just. They got everything. You got the lagoon, and then you got nature areas, and you got ball fields, and you got basketball courts, you got handball courts. You can go swimming.
We have a wedding pergola. We have weddings and vow renewals,
and it's gorgeous. I just love it. That is the Hydro Life Learners. Again, the date one more time. Before
May 8th through 10th. Need to register, 663-7522.
And what are we defining as seniors?
Well, we kind of let people self-identify in that area.
Fair enough.
So if you feel like you're a senior adult, we'll take you. But, we don't set, you got to be 65 or 55. Right. We just, those who feel that they're in that category, we'll take you.
But you have to register, and it's limited seating.
That's right.
30, right? Is that it?
I think we can go 35.
Okay, 30, 35. So get a hold of them now and get your place. How much does it cost, Bob?
Well, you want to know, it just gets better and better. It doesn't cost a penny. Oh. So it's another benefit of hydropower. It just doesn't
Free is a great price.
It's great.
River of Power, your partnership with public and private education, it says, this is a misprint, I noticed. It says 1,600 fourth graders.
No, I can firsthand historical experience tell you that is very accurate. So you're talking all of the Wenatchee elementary schools, all of the East Wenatchee, Rock Island, Manson, Chelan, Leavenworth, Cashmere, and everything in between, both public and private. So it'll be in the area of 1,600 fourth graders out there over an 8-day span, so about 200 kids a day. They're doing pre-work in school right now.
Right.
They'll come out, they will build their own dams, they'll go through a lights and electricity station, they'll tour some of the facility, kind of see some of the big toys that are out there. Just a great day. It's a great partnership. The PUD is obviously a community member and partnerships.
And they've been doing this for years, haven't they?
I've been there 15 years, and I think the pilot program was 2 years before I was, so about 17 years. And it started off with just a couple of classes from one school district, and now it's all over, not just Chelan, but also Douglas County too.
I'm no expert, but 1,600 fourth graders is a lot of fourth graders.
So it's another evidence of a lot of energy at Rocky Reach.
One of the things we talk about all the time with our friends from the North Central Educational Services District and all of my friends in education is STEM, careers, science, technology, engineering, and math. It's the wave of the future, and the PUD has said we're in too, right?
Absolutely. We got a couple of programs every year. This year we're once again going to do Summer Science Adventure Week. And so this year we've got 2 events in July. The first one is for younger kids, the second one is for older kids. And what we do is we get the kids out there and we teach them how we take that energy out of the river and give it to turbines and wind up spinning magnets past coiled copper and then sending these little invisible units of energy down power lines to make these wonderful light bulbs come on.
Yeah, LED I might add, energy efficient.
At that Science Adventure Week, I brought a couple of toys.
Yeah.
I don't know, toys are always fun.
We're going to play with toys now. You can watch if you want.
So these are just, nuts and bolts that Mom and Dad use to put your bicycles together. And so here's a whole bunch of nuts. They're not magnets, they don't stick together, but we do have one magnet.
Okay, let's put that right out there.
Yeah, actually I'll let you do this. So we're going to take just the energy source. We only have one magnet, and we're going to give that energy to that first nut, and then we're just going to transfer.
Look at
that magnetic energy, and you can go straight up, you can go out and make a little flower. But basically what you only have one source of energy, and that's this magnet, but it's being transferred through all the nuts. And so we use that to teach the kids that we can use magnets to transfer energy. And then this is a magnet pole, and I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to give you a challenge. This is you got 10 seconds to do this, okay? So here's what I want. I want the first one to stick, but I want the rest of them to levitate, okay? So the first one sticks, the rest levitate.
Right.
I'll say on your mark, get set, go. You've got 10 seconds to get the first one to stick.
So the first one's got to stick.
My goodness, you got to do something.
There you go. Polarity.
Now the rest have to levitate. Uh-oh.
Dang it. Okay, I got it. Here.
You'll get there. Now if you So if you were a third grader, you would have mastered that right out of the gate, right?
Yeah, third grade. Sorry, Mrs. Miller.
So actually they don't. So what we do is we teach the kids, number one, remember you can transfer magnetic energy, but now magnets have poles. They have north and south. So if I have a north facing north, they're going to repel, push apart. But now if I turn this over, I got a north facing south, they're going to stick. So we're teaching the kids Magnet energy can be transferred. We've got north and south poles. And then we can take magnets, big magnet right in the middle here. It's kind of hard to see probably. And we just wrap some copper around it, and then we spin. And there should be a little red light blinking there. There it is. So we'll have 4th graders out there building their own alternators and generating electricity. And then we can take this little guy and we walk them on the gallery overlook. And we show the kids our 852,000-pound rotors, and we show them the big stators with all the coiled copper, and the kids go, yes, that's how they do it.
So that is how hydroelectricity is made.
So there you go. Yeah, just some of the toys. We've got, man, I could bring a whole boatload of toys, but you'd need about a 4-hour show. And
I'm all for it. You're right. You got anything else going on for the next 4 hours?
Yeah, we'd have too much fun.
So Summer Science Adventure Weeks, July 9th through the 12th and 7th through the 19th. How do I want my kid to do this, Bob? What do we do?
So they're going to need to register, and I got to look here, just make sure I give you the right. So 9th through the 12th is 1st and 2nd graders, and then the 17th through the 19th, this is July, is 3rd and 4th graders.
Okay.
So the best thing to do, again, call Laura at the Discovery Center, 663-7522. It's a good thing I remember that number. I don't know my wife's number. If I ever lose my cell phone and actually have to not look
it's
up
happened to me.
Yeah.
It's happened to me.
I think this is the only phone number I actually have up here.
Memorized.
So, yeah.
What does that say about you, Bob?
Yeah, it says something.
Getting back to the rebranding, it's now, of course, as we said, the Discovery Center. It's a $5 million project. Is it gonna interrupt the schedule for people who just want to come up and enjoy Rocky Reach Dam and maybe have a little bit of a picnic? Do they have to worry about construction and things like that?
So next calendar year, 2020, the Discovery Center and the museum is actually going to be closed because we need that time to do all the construction. Now, with that said, the park will still be open, so you still can make park reservations, you can still have your weddings at the wedding pergola, you can still come out and enjoy the playground in the park. And what we're going to do, this is really cool, since the Discovery Center and the museum are going to be closed for that renovation because there's going to be so much traffic in there and contractors, there'd be safety issues. So since that's going to be closed, what we're going to do is we're going to take turns going out into the different parks in the county, and we'll have stuff going on out in the park at Rocky Reach. So we'll set up a 20 by 20 canopy. We'll take some of these toys. So whatever kids come out on Tuesday, they might be doing this. Whatever kids come out on Thursday, they might be making fish prints. So we'll have something for everybody.
Don't let your kid's brain get soft over summer vacation. Keep them sharp. Keep them learning. Keeping all that stuff. Everything we just talked about. The hydro life learners, the river of power. Well, unless you want to hang around 1,600 4th graders, you probably wouldn't want to do that. The STEM Academy, all that good stuff. PUD will be more than happy to help you out. They're your PUD, owned by the people that they serve. That's what they say on the building. That's no lie. It's the real deal.
That's the real deal.
Just get a hold of PUD. They'll send you off in the right direction. Can I have these toys?
You know what?
I play with the toys.
I could let you play with that for a little while. Yeah, you sure could.
Oh, see, I still can't get it right.
Now, while he's doing that, we'll move on to our next segment.
Bob Bauer from the Chelan County PUD. Good to see you, Bob.
Good to see you.
Don't be a stranger. Say hi to Kimberly and Debbie and the whole crew down there. Tell them I'll be dropping by and seeing them.
Thanks for having us.
Have a good year, my friend.
Appreciate
We'll see you
guys.
soon.
Awesome.
You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be right back.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks. So bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
Corey here from Rose Tractor, your local Cub Cadet dealer. We've got the all-new Cub Cadet Ultima zero-turn mowers in stock, and they are awesome. The Ultima is like no other zero-turn you've seen. With a box tube frame and available Kawasaki engine, it has unmatched strength and performance, cutting up to 50% faster than lawn tractors. You have to see the Cub Cadet Ultima to believe it. Come on down and experience the Cub Cadet Ultima today.
Join us for Street Talk and Other Stuff with Mike Magnotti on the NCW Life Channel. This former police sergeant is plugged into not only the world of the streets, he's an actor and connoisseur of the arts. So join Mike and his guests for, well, Street Talk and Other Stuff. Mondays at 10 a.m., Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 p.m., and Wednesdays at 5:30. It's Street Talk and Other Stuff with Mike McNaughty on the NCW Life Channel.
With spring finally here, summer must be just around the corner. So, moms and dads, what have you planned for the kids this summer? Registration is now open to sign up online using our new RAC app or by calling the club. Our team of professionals have multi-sport camps, swim and tennis lessons, swim team, and much more packed into our summer schedule. I'm Emma, RAC Membership Coordinator. Give me a call today. Our special summer memberships can be purchased starting May 1st. See more details at wrac.org or call 662-3544. The RAC, where we play every day.
Have I mentioned it's Monday? It's okay. We like Mondays around here. Mondays are good days indeed. We've got about 4 minutes left in this program before we call it a day as we broadcast live here from Studio 7. So I am going to give you that all-important weather forecast, but there's some programming notes I want to pass on to you. Don't forget tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, the evening news with Grant Olson, the 5 o'clock edition anyway, will be broadcast live from Memorial Park. We're looking forward to this. We brought all our equipment there last week. We tested it. It works. Mother Nature is going to cooperate. We're looking forward to that. So if you want to see the news, you can watch it on TV or you can watch us do it live at Memorial Park at 5 o'clock tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then Friday, the news will be live at 5 o'clock as well. Only we'll be on the other side of the river. We'll be at the campus of Local Telecommunications doing the news live there at 5 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, we'll carry live the Les Schwab Classy Chassis Parade, and of course on Saturday morning, the parade, the Stimul Growers Grand Parade begins proper at 11. We will take to the air at 10:30 with more parade coverage as we are now fully into the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Some programming reminders on this show tomorrow. Stormin' Joel Norman, the broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Apple Sox, will be dropping by again. We're going to talk a little baseball. Apple Sox continuing to fill up their roster for the 2019 campaign. We're looking forward to that, so we'll talk all things Apple Sox live in the studio tomorrow with Stormin' Joel Norman. Wednesday is going to be fun. Wednesday's guests on this show, Mark Furnham and David Wright. Mark Furnham and David Wright are the great-grandsons of Susan Wagner. Of course, Susan Wagner, 100 years ago, came up with the idea of the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. She started it. Her two great-grandsons are flying in from New Zealand, and they're going to be in town for about 5 days, and they're going to be my guests on this show on Wednesday, May 1st, to talk about that. That'll be absolutely fascinating. Looking forward to that. Also, sometime during the course of the week, we'll be checking in with Lisa Bradshaw, host of Life with Lisa. She's on her Don't Wait Project tour. We weren't able to make communications with Lisa last week, just simply couldn't get a good Wi-Fi set up so we could have our Skype conversation, but we're going to have a conversation via Skype with Lisa also sometime this week. And of course, everything is centered around the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. It was a very windy, very cool Saturday and just a plain cool Sunday, but guess what? We're turning the table. Let's take a look at that forecast from the National Weather Service. No complaints here, people. Sunshine today, high of 63. That's still below normal, but it's warmer than it was yesterday. Sunday, we only hit 58, so very pleasant day. No real wind at all in the forecast today. Mostly cloudy tonight. Then gradually it becomes clear, so while you're sleeping, it'll be clearing out. It's 41 for the overnight low. Lots of sunshine Tuesday, couple of degrees warmer. We'll top off at about 65. Wednesday, lots of sunshine, high of 67, although a little breezy at times on Wednesday. Nothing we can't handle, about 5 to 10 miles an hour with gusts above that at times on Wednesday afternoon. Thursday, lots of sunshine, 65. Friday, lots of sunshine, 71. Saturday, for the Stimul Growers Grand Parade, lots of sunshine, afternoon high of about 73, and they wrap up the festival on Sunday with lots of sunshine and a high of 74. I can't wait. That is absolutely perfect weather. And as I mentioned before, we were able to broadcast the Kais Fiber Youth Parade on Saturday morning, but boy, Mother Nature really just battered us around. When the parade started, the wind was out of the west-northwest at 35 miles an hour at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, but the parade went on as well. I mean, it's a parade. It was a very windy Saturday, but we're done with the wind, at least for this week. That's the forecast. Everybody have a great Monday, provided the show isn't canceled. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.